Hey guys!
Hi guys!
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back.
So we're in Cancun, Mexico right now, celebrating paying off 2 cars and credit card debt in just 8 short months.
After accomplishing this, we wanted to share with you the 5 lessons or the 5 things that essentially pulled us through and help us become successful in paying off our debt.
Hopefully these 5 tips help you guys so that you can become debt free. This has been an incredible journey and we want to share this with you, so stay tuned for the rest of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it.
Step 1, or lesson 1, is prayer and God. So on our debt-free journey, we also began our spiritual journey, and what we learned first and foremost is that nothing that we have done that's good is from our own works. God has provided us with the knowledge, with the blessings, in terms of opportunities, yes, for us to be able to take on this debt and being able to pay off of this debt in a Christ-like manner. We wouldn't be here without God, and prayer is one of the many ways in which we use to communicate with Him, and God has definitely strengthened us and provided encouragement for our debt-free journey.
The moral of this first lesson is you can do all things through Christ.
Most definitely, and for a journey that's going to be as tough as being debt-free, you need God. And you need
real, because your friends are not going to be there as much as you would want them to. Your family might not understand what you're doing, so, you know, having God in your corner really is the best way to go. So the next tip, number 2, is make a plan and write it down. Write it down, y'all. Studies show that if you write things down, they're more likely to manifest because you're continuously looking at it every day. You're thinking about it all the time, so writing it down really helps. Now make a plan. Be real with yourself. Write down all your debts. Everything that you owe, write it down on a piece of paper, from the smallest debt to the largest debt.
And that's called the debt snowball effect. Definitely research the debt snowball effect. What that is ordering your debts from least to greatest, and you start to pay off the debts that are $100, $200, $300 compared to the ones that might be $10,000, $20,000, whatever, just so that you can build your confidence as you're seeing the smaller debts kind of clear off as you're building up for your larger payments for your larger debts.
And it sounds crazy, but it really helped us paying off the small things first, because every time we were done paying something off, like we're like, okay, yes, you know, we get motivated to pay off the next thing. It really gives you like that boost of motivation that you need to continue on in this journey. So make your plan, write it down.
And you want to make sure that look at saving money at all terms, right? So all those times that you're eating out with your friends or eating out with your significant other, you're going to have to cut that out. It's tough.
Yeah.
Going into step number 3, you can't have a plan if you don't have a budget, especially when it comes to paying off debt in your debt-free journey. So definitely look at how much money you make. See if there are things that you can cut out of your monthly expenses. If you have cable and you're probably not necessarily using cable, maybe you can just stick to Wi-Fi. As we stated in lesson 2, eating in instead of eating out. What's some other things, babe?
One thing that we actually did ourselves was we switched our phone service provider. So like we were paying like $300 total when we first got together on our phone bill, and in order to save money each month, we actually switched to not the greatest service provider, but it was good for the meantime, and it was cheap. It was it's like $80 a month for both of our phones, so that saves us a lot of money. So that's another thing that you could do. You really want to try to get creative and like find any way you can save some money. Don't be afraid to, you know, look crazy to other people, or, you know, don't worry about any of that. Like, this is your journey, so you do what you can to save that money, for real.
And I'll add to that is, don't think it's too crazy to pick up another job if you have the time, right? Because even when we were saving up to pay off to buy a house, which will be another video, we picked up like 2 and 3 different types of jobs, 2 and 3 different sources of income so that we can meet our goal within our time frame.
Right.
So definitely keep that in mind too. If you have like some student loans, some credit card debt, and you feel like you're not making enough from your regular day job, look into Uber Eats, just get creative.
Side hustles, doing hair, if you can do hair, I mean, like anything. If you know someone that needs a model, you know, small photo shoot gigs, anything like that, get creative, guys. So the fourth point, this one is really important to me because I struggle with this a lot, and this was something that I still continue to struggle with because we are still on our journey, but sacrificing and FOMO. FOMO is fear of missing out. And I struggle with that a lot while we were doing this because a lot of your friends traveling and living these luxurious, lavish lives while you're just sitting at home eating your ramen noodles or your beans and rice, and it gets hard. It really gets hard. You know, sometimes you feel like, why am I doing this? Like, and you really start to lose sight of the end goal. And that's one thing that, you know, it's normal, it's natural, but you need to know that you gotta pick yourself back up. You gotta keep going. Those people might not care about paying off debt. They might not, you know, they might not have any debt. You know, so everybody's situation is different. Don't get caught up in, you know,
looking at comparison.
Right,
the
the
comparison game.
yeah.
Looking at what someone else is doing and trying to compare it to what you got going in your current situation. Honestly, something that helped both of us out at times of our debt-free journey is just taking Instagram, Facebook, and stuff off your phone for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just give your mind a break.
Yeah.
From, you know, the comparison game.
Yeah, what you're doing is it's important, and it's a good thing, and you don't want to beat yourself up because you're not living the same life right now that someone is living. Because just because they're living those lives at 25, 26 doesn't mean they're going to live that way forever. But what you're doing is going to build generational wealth and will have you living this lavish life for the rest of your life. So,
and I would say debt-free is stress-free.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
So doing a little bit of sacrificing now and a little bit of fear of missing out to going to this party or this new club or this restaurant will save you a lifetime of stress later on.
Right, because I mean, look at us right now. We're making this video poolside because we, you know, sacrificed for a few months and just put the hard work in.
Didn't have to put on a credit card either. So
At all, cash, baby. That brings us to our last point, rewarding yourself. Reward yourself, guys. After each milestone, make sure you know, do something small or large for yourself. Don't go overboard, you know, make sure that it's reasonable for what you're going through at that moment. But make sure, even if it's just taking yourself out to dinner and spending $100 on yourself because you haven't done it in a while, you know, make sure that you take that time to appreciate yourself and your hard work and really tell yourself like, yo, we did it. Because without those rewards, it kind of just feels like you're just in a routine going through the motions, and you know, it gets boring and you could fall off track.
Exactly. So I would say another tip from us is get rewards into lesson 2, into your plan. Right, that way, you know, when you have a trip where you're like, man, you know what, right after I finish paying off this house or paying off this car, I want to go to Cozumel or whatever, that way you're not going back into debt going to that trip. Put it a part of your plan, that way you're actively saving for it as you're paying off debt as well.
Yes, and make sure, another thing that, unrelated to rewarding yourself, but make sure that you do keep at least $1,000 in an emergency fund. Try not to add too much into that, you know, over that $1,000, because the goal right now is not to save money, the goal is to pay off debt.
So that's it. Those are the 5 lessons that we have. Number 1, make sure you pray, keep God first. Number 2, make a plan and write it down. Number 3, make a budget. 4, you're gonna have to sacrifice and kind of eliminate that fear of missing out. And 5, baby,
reward yourself, treat yourself.
Exactly.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you tune in because we are doing a Cancun vlog, so that will be coming soon. And
we'll be doing a vlog about how we bought our house too.
Yeah, so much content in store for you guys. Thank you so much again for watching, and we will see you later. Bye.